you guys know. I'm gonna get my multi-stream set up here. We're working on some great things at Playoff Sports Network. We got some new logos, some new banners coming everyone's way. We got a logo that we feel like everyone, or sorry, I should say a profile picture we feel like everyone may really want to use. So we're excited about that. And me, Kaden, and Earl have been working on that. In terms of the LeBron injury, obviously it sucks. I just feel like it could be worse. I think at the end of the day, like when you see your superstar player get injured, it's always scary and the overreactions start to come in. And I think everyone sometimes, even though they're not going to do it, they do need to take a second and think and use their heads and also just wait for more news to come out, even though it's frustrating, to try to evaluate where we're at right now, where we stand. I feel like LeBron's fine. I'm not worried about it. It was a good game against the Celtics. I thought it could have been closer if LeBron stayed in, obviously. But yeah, either way, it was fun doing it with the guys at Playoff Boston for sure. We're going to do more of that in the future when we can. Maybe the finals if we both make it. What's up more to the story? I saw your stream yesterday. It was good. Thanks for doing that. Shout out Mal for setting that up. I'll turn it back over to you guys. I guess we got a lot to talk about with the Lakers.
Yeah, I agree with that. And once again, shout out to more to the story. I really enjoyed your podcast. I'm definitely going to DM you about some, maybe you hop on a pod or something in the future for sure. I would love that. But yeah, I think going back to the conversation, what's up, Mal? It's an interesting topic. Like I said before, like the whole LeBron thing, like I don't want to sound crazy, but I think this is good for the team as far as like I'm thinking playoff wise. Like we need first option aggressive Luka back. Like yes, we're having flashes of it. I understand that we've seen little peaks of it, but I need a good Luka game from first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter. And I feel like the only way for him to get back into that mindset is realizing like, hey, it's no LeBron out here. Like there's no room for error. Same with Austin Reeves. They got to get back to that. Being comfortable out there on the offensive end. Like we need the consistency from start to finish. So I think it's going to make us better. Guys are always going to have to, like these opportunities, guys are going to have to step up. I did see some Jordan Goodwood hate on my timeline, which is kind of crazy. Like not even speaking biasly. Obviously, there are opportunities with Jordan Goodwood in the future. But like, okay, he didn't have the best game, but I guarantee you he's going to prove himself. And this time spent on LeBron's out, he's going to get minutes. He's going to get opportunities to have good games. So I'll say that about Jordan Goodwood as well. That pass was absolutely diabolical, though. I can't ignore that. That pass to the corner where he stole it from Reeves and threw it out of bounds almost felt like he was taking the under on Reeves threes. I'm sorry. But other than that, shout out to Goodwin.
I'll say for Luka, like he did score 34 versus Boston, but if you look at the overall game / highlights, like that 34 wasn't an inspiring 34. Like for me, looking into next 4 games and he's being the leader, I want him to get that 34, but I want to see an efficient game. So it's like moving forward, like will the backcourt of Luka and Austin Reeves like have to score 60 plus a game for the Lakers to win? That's one of my attention I'm focusing on.
Yeah, I agree. I think sometimes, as crazy as it sounds, you need an injury for other guys to step up. So hopefully that's what we see. I just think LeBron, he plays a little more off ball than he used to, and you're going to lose more games with LeBron out, clearly. But at the same time, like it would be interesting to see if Reeves or Luka can actually take a step. And by that, I don't even mean in their career, but a step in terms of how they fit on this team and what they can do for this team. And then obviously all the other role players who are lower level than that. When you get more opportunities to shoot the ball, what are you going to do for us? What are we going to see? Like, how is your effort going to be when really the leader of the defense on the Lakers is LeBron? LeBron's the leader of the defense recently. Vando and DFS, they can go do it. Hayes has stepped up. But are they going to be able to play the same defense without LeBron? I think there's a lot that people are going to learn about themselves on this team. And maybe by the time that gets them to the playoffs, they'll have taken more shots and a bigger responsibility that even when LeBron comes back, they're better from it. And they can help us more in the playoffs because of this time that they got to cook up. Yeah, I Southern Charm Sports. It's a known thing. I'm a Georgia fan. I love the Dogs. Grew up with the Dogs. So of course, I got a couple different hats, but this one's clean. It was called like espresso something. It's the only thing I've ever bought off the Instagram shop. That's how I saw it.
Yeah. Girl.
Oh no, you're good to go, Allan.
Yeah. Next for forward, like I said, we had 3 games versus at New York. I was at New York, at Brooklyn versus the Nets. We're going against the Milwaukee Bucks and also the Denver Nuggets on the road. At least out of those 3 games, what game are you looking forward to the most / like anticipating?
Honestly, that's a good one. I'm gonna go for one of the Bucks or Nuggets game. With Braun out, I'm assuming maybe Luka plays that back to back. I don't know if he played the last back to back. I can't remember it. I think I'm gonna go Bucks. I feel like even without LeBron, Bucks games are always fun to watch. Lakers teams play the Bucks. Well, actually, no, I'm switching my answer. You know what? I didn't want to be the one to say it, but Nuggets, of course. I want to see if it was a fluke. I think that's my biggest thing. Obviously, no LeBron James. I want to see how JJ Redick game plans for the Nuggets with no Bron. Like, say there's a doomsday scenario where I don't want to say that out loud, but we lose Bron for a game or 2 in the playoffs. Like, could we potentially survive in a Nuggets situation? 9 times out of 10, probably not. But I do want to see how JJ Redick game plans for something like that, where you have a Luka Doncic and an Austin Reeves led offense. So that's my biggest thing. I want to see what we have. Jackson Hayes as well. Hopefully he's back by then. We talked about this a little bit last year too. It's always interesting to see how the team looks when huge stars are out. I mean, we had some of our best games when LeBron and AD were out. If y'all remember the big, I believe it was a Bucks game too. We won without them, but yeah, it was a Bucks game we won without them, and obviously the Celtics last year. Shout out to Nurk with no LeBron or AD. So I can't just count this team out, and we're ignoring the fact that this roster is way upgraded compared to those. Like, we're talking about, I get there's no LeBron or AD, but we also have a Luka Doncic now. Like, we have wings, we have DFSs of the world, we have Vando now. Like, we have a lot of decent players. So I'm excited to see how that looks. So I'll go Nuggets. I want to see how JJ game plans.
Yeah, I don't want to like repeat stuff, but I'm also gonna say Nuggets. I don't know if we win either of the Nuggets games without LeBron. That's a big ask. But if we could pull one of them out off just a crazy Luka performance or Reeves or whatever, I think that would be awesome. I mean, it would be a ton of fun to watch. We know that. I think to the point in the chat, like Nurk was talking about, I think it was Nurk. Like, the Nuggets looked so bad against the Thunder. I know they got out to a hot start and all that. It's just like, is anyone really worried about the Nuggets? Because if they see the Thunder in the playoffs, like, they're done. The problem is the Lakers could have to see the Nuggets, and if they win, also the Thunder in the playoffs. And that's tough. Because even if we do beat the Nuggets, if that goes 6 or 7 or something, then it's like you got to go see the Thunder after that, who've been just easily going through the West, I would assume. And then it's like, okay, now we're tired and we're playing the best team in the league, or in the West, I should say, with the Thunder. So I look forward to the Nuggets regular season matchups to see if Luka and AR and all them can pull it off. But also to the point in the chat, like, no Rui is kind of rough. I'm not going to lie. I mean, we had no Hayes the other night. I assume he's fine and he'll be back soon. Obviously, it helps to have a center, even though he's not my favorite player. But no Rui is pretty rough because what Rui can do, it sounds so crazy, but Rui can give you part of what LeBron gives you. I don't the timeline. So Mal asked about the timeline in the chat. Kaden said a week from yesterday. He could be back, so I would assume, about a week. And it's like playing some of these games without Rui is so rough. Like, we complained about Rui against the Nuggets in the past, like last year or 2 years ago. Imagine no Rui against the Nuggets. Like, you start to realize, like, we actually need that body. If it's Gordon, if it's Jokic for part of the game, if it's MPJ, like, I'm sorry, but we need that body. And clearly Rui was more important to this team than people realize. In the chat, like Chris said, he's glad Rui got out because it showed everyone how much we need him. And I mean, man, you're kind of right. Like, people did not realize that we needed Rui to this level. And I remember times in the past, like individual games where LeBron was out the last few years and Rui started in his place and dropped 20 to 25, and he is that big body. And you start to realize, like, hold on. That's when you see the comments from people online. Are the Lakers better without LeBron? And the answer is no, that's not true. But the fact that people even are saying that and we were still getting wins is kind of a testament to that Rui and LeBron slightly. There's something about them that they play the same style. It's hard to explain. They definitely don't pass the same. But I think their jumper, like what their jumper can do for the team, is similar. I think they can get to the rim, and I think they have a similar frame-ish. Like, Rui does have a rare frame in the NBA, and we obviously know LeBron does. So, like, even if he gives you 50% of Bron, like, now you're winning games that maybe you weren't gonna before. So we really need Rui back, hopefully soon.
I agree with that. And like, the point stands. It's not us saying like Rui is LeBron James. He's exactly like Bron, but it's the size, it's the physicality, it's the body type, it's the archetype that Rui brings as far as defensive adjustments to other teams. Like, Rui Hachimura is a 6'8" scoring forward. He can shoot threes. He has a mid-range game. He can finish. He's a 3-level scorer. When he wants to, he can rebound the ball as well. He's shown signs of being an okay defender at times, and just not having that and not having LeBron, it hurts. It hurts us a lot, and especially times where there hasn't been Bron, where we always steps up. Like, he'll have like a 20-plus point game or 18-plus. Like, he basically slips in the Bron role, and he takes those minutes and he takes those shots. So I am curious to see when Rui comes back. And we all know, like, with Bron being out, like, even though, like, let's say best case, it says 1 to 2 weeks. Let's say he comes back after a week. It's going to take at least like 3 or 4 games for him to get his rhythm back. Like, we know that. He already wasn't shooting well in that last game versus the Celtics as well, as far as the 3-point line. So he's going to have to get into rhythm. Same Rui Hachimura. So I feel like the faster we can get those guys back, more so on the Rui side, the better. It's just, I hope Rui's okay. Like, I know the report obviously got reevaluated. It's another week. But I hope it's not something where it's like lingering, like the Vando situation, where it lingers and lingers until it ends up leading to another surgery or something like that. Hopefully it's not the case, but I think Rui being out is huge for us right now. So we'll see who steps up in that case. DFS talking to you. I need you to hit those shots, bro. DFS, you went to the media, butt naked open is what you said. Just saying. You're open. Hit the shots. Like, you made it a big deal. You made it a meme. You went viral, whatever. Make the shots. If you hit some of those shots versus the Celtics game, you had me. You fooled me. You faked me out. You had 2 of 3, and then after that, gone. Non-existent. Nowhere to be found. And on the defensive end, I'll add too. So he has to step up. Like, I know this wasn't like what we were talking about specifically, but a guy who has to step up, it's obviously DFS. He has to. He's going to be getting the majority of those wing minutes. He's probably going to be starting regardless. He's got to step up. Offensively, defensively, he's going to have to be that Brooklyn DFS. And I forget who brought it up, but it was about, I think we were talking about how players, I think it was Jake. Yeah, it was Jake. Because he talked about how, for example, Lonnie Walker, he's a guy, if you go out there and tell him, hey, your role tonight is to go score, he's capable of being a scorer. And I think the same thing can be said for DFS, and he has to flip that switch with all these injuries. So I'll bring that point up from Jake. Like, guys have to step up on this team offensively, but especially defensively too.
But isn't it crazy? Like you made some good points, but right after he said he was butt naked open, he started missing all the shots. Like he's been shooting pretty bad since then. And also like since Rui's been out, people also realized another thing. I think Chris would agree. A lot of people were calling for DFS just blindly to start over Rui. And now that take looks pretty bad. I think we could agree. Like, no hate on DFS. I like DFS. I like his personality. I think he can shoot. Obviously, a great defender. Kind of can guard 1 through 5. But I feel like we were so wrong saying that he has to start now because of defense over Rui. When honestly, like Rui may have took a leap defensively when the rest of the team locked in. Like Rui hasn't even been bad defensively when he was here. So it's just like DFS should not start over him. Whatever we were doing with Rui starting was working and led to a big win streak. Even though I know he wasn't there the last few games, it was working and the defense looked better and the shooting and the spacing looked better. And I think you miss Rui so much against the Celtics. Like, I don't want to make excuses because they didn't have Porzingis. That's a huge factor. Like, I completely understand that. But us not having Rui or Hayes, who are 2 starters, and then LeBron getting hurt at the end, I'm not surprised that we lost. They could have still beat us regardless. No excuses. But, like, I'm not surprised that we lost with that being the case.
Yeah, I agree with you, Jake. And it sucks, man. Like, speaking on Rui, like he gets a lot of hate. He got a lot of hate from Lakers fans across social media just the last like really month plus. And the thing is, like, people act surprised. Like, we know what at the core, we know what Rui is. He's a scorer. And he's been giving us a lot more than what we give him credit for. Like, he's been rebounding a lot better. Defense, I mean, I've actually seen a couple of Rui Hachimura blocks this calendar year, like him locking in, playing defense, sliding his feet, switching when he's supposed to be, opposed to when he was just looking like his man's here and Rui Hachimura is looking all the way over there in the corner and putting his hands up when everybody's looking at him pointing. Like, hey, you missed your assignment again. He's grown as a player since then. So I think Lakers fans have to put all that into perspective. And when he comes back, put some respect on his name. Like I'll say even more than half of the fan base was like, DFS should start. Why is DFS not starting? We need defense. But at some point, you got to realize Rui Hachimura gives us critical level of spacing. Think about it like this. In an offensive set where you have Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, LeBron James, Rui Hachimura, and Jackson Hayes, Rui is the 4th offensive option on that team. You have to put your 4th worst defender on Rui Hachimura. And Rui is a guy who can score anywhere on the floor easily. So when you put it into that perspective, his offensive spacing plus his effort that he gives on any given night when he does do that is unmatched. And I like the idea of just having DFS as backup off the bench. That works way better for me. Now seeing how the offense looks. I think Rui definitely was underestimated and underappreciated, I'll say, for Lakers fans. And now when he comes back, everybody better give that man the respect he deserves because I miss him already. Hopefully he's back. I would say probably by next week's games, maybe next Tuesday-ish, I'm guessing, if it's another week, assuming he has to get go through what's it called? He has to get reevaluated, I think, again. So yeah, I miss Rui a lot, Jake. I agree with you.
Where'd Allan go? My king playoff Allan, where'd you go? I guess we'll have to think of some topics on the fly. What do you think about Jared Vanderbilt? Because when he first got back, everyone was talking about the instant impact he made. But I think at times, he actually hasn't been that good for us. And I'm not really sure how I feel about him. He has bad spacing. We know that. Mm-hmm. I also do think, though, if he's on the court with a LeBron and a Luka, he's a really good cutter, in my opinion. He's a good offensive rebounder. He's a good defensive rebounder. He's a great defender. He's pesky. He started altercations recently, which I actually kind of like. I think there's a lot of positives. I just don't know about how Lakers fans are feeling about him overall. Because, last night, for example, when we watched the Celtics game, like, were y'all really thinking about Jared Vanderbilt, bro? Because, like, he's not even really crossing my mind in a lot of these games. And I feel like that's a negative. Normally, yeah, Mal and Chris are saying no. Like,
Yeah.
From the game one of the Jared Vanderbilt experience after the Russ trade against the Warriors, instant impact. And I think we started him too. But, like, instant impact against the Warriors, steals, rebounds, hustle plays, all that. But I think as much as he does that, he also, like, at times doesn't do a lot and it gets lost. And you kind of realize, like, what's he even doing out there? Or coach will play him like 10 to 15 minutes. Like, yeah, Nurk said as a Celtics fan, I'll be more afraid of Vincent than Vanderbilt. Like, it's very fair to say Vincent has had a bigger impact than Jared Vanderbilt recently. I know you're scared of him because of the Heat, but Gabe has been pretty good. I don't know how he was in the Celtics game. I forgot. But against the Knicks, he was huge 2 games ago. Like, Vincent's been good.
Yeah, that's a great point you brought up. I think Vando, actually, it was something interesting he said like the other day. It was a little bit concerning, but not like I just put it on the back of my mind. I think an interviewer asked him like how close he was feeling to being 100% again, and he basically was saying like he's not there yet, but he feels like he's getting closer to it. And while I am happy he's healthy, I do agree like sometimes his impact is just not there. Like if Vando's not hustling on defense, if he's not diving for loose balls, if he's not jumping up and crashing the glass every possession, then it's hard to see the value. Like I know there's a couple games where he hit a 3 or 2, but we all don't look for Vando to be a consistent 3-point shooter. That's just not the case at all. It's kind of unrealistic at this point in his career, which is not a bad thing. He specializes in other things. And like as a cutter, like I think he's a decent enough cutter, but that's not like he doesn't have a consistent level of offense basically to make up for if he's having a bad defensive night, if that makes sense. So for me, I think Vando, I don't even think, honestly, I can't even remember anything specific about Vando in that Celtics game. Like, I don't remember him really switching on to Tatum. Don't remember him really guarding Brown. I don't really remember him guarding like a Drew Holiday or Derek White. And that's a little bit concerning because when we think about Vando, we think about, hey, he made this big play, or he switched here, he got this block. And I can't remember anything like oddly specific about Vando playing the Celtics, and I think that's kind of a problem. Like, and that's no disrespect to Vando. I think even shout out to Mal in the chat. I remember one time we were watching the game, and we talked about how he was just overplaying defense at times. Like, oh yeah, you know what? Was it him who had that silly foul in that corner? Was that Vando? I forget. It was like some type of it was like a 3-point foul. Was that Vando who fouled? Or am I tripping? Because if not, yep. And it's just like sometimes he's overly aggressive on defense. Like it works to some degree, yes, but when it comes down to a big play and you're just putting too much aggression into it, it can cost us a game. So not putting the whole game on him, but it's moments like that. If that's the only moment I remember from Vando, then it's kind of concerning, I feel like, as a Lakers fan and what his role is.
Yeah, I agree. Allan, are you back? Mr. Playoff Allan? You see what happens to this podcast when Playoff Allan isn't here?
Yeah, I did see him unmute, and then he's going, no.
Y'all see what happens? I'll say what's up to my boys in the chat. Nurk, thanks for coming out. Chris, thank you. Mal, thank you. Matt, thank you.
Bet.
Appreciate you guys, man.
All right, go ahead, Allan.
Allan, the Wi-Fi is out, brother.
Oh, man. I know he's on a little bit of a road trip, I think. But
go ahead.
Yeah. No, okay, yeah. I was about to say, like, speaking of like other Lakers news, we kind of do this a lot throughout the weeks, but let's do our record prediction coming up. Like, obviously, there's no LeBron James. Let me pull up the schedule, and I'm gonna kind of get your thoughts on the next 5.
You could pull up, or do you want to share your screen?
Oh yeah, I can. Let's do that.
I could do it if you want.
Yeah, you do. Go ahead. You do it.
All right,
that's fine.
But
then
I
we
was
can kind
going to
of go
say,
through the
we don't
games.
even need to do that. We could probably share our screen to like a Klutch 2-3 post, and he'll have it.
Oh, true, yeah. Shout out to Klutch 2-3.
Predict the Lakers' next 5 games.
AKA Mr. Negativity. No, I'm just playing. That's my GOAT. Shout
How
out to
many
Mark.
people have posted that over the years? Predict the Lakers' record.
A lot, including myself once or twice.
I've done it many, many times. Okay, I'll
Chat,
share
how we feeling? I'll ask you guys while we pull it up. What do you guys think our record is going to be in our next 5 games? I've never said that.
Mark FC mentioned. Nah, we
I
good
will
on
say
Mark
no.
FC, bro. We good on Mark FC. All right, so here, what we could do is even this one right here.
Oh, that's clean, yeah.
This imagery. Okay, guys, 8 games, right? The reason 8 is because people are saying that LeBron is only going to play or miss 8 games. That's why a lot of people are pulling up like this graphic right here. So 1 by 1, what are we thinking? We'll also go to the chat too. Matt says 6-2. Matt, you've been positive about the Lakers. Nets
Shout
W.
out to Matt.
So we'll go 1 by 1. The Nets.
Okay, let's do it.
We win, right?
I got 1 too, easily.
Okay. Lakers, Bucks, chat. Let me know.
This is hard for me because I'm gonna split between the next 2, just to let you know. But I don't know which one.
I think here's the thing, guys. I think Luka plays one of the Bucks and Nuggets game.
That's my thought.
And then there's no LeBron. So you have to
be realistic.
No LeBron is something. I just think the Bucks are way worse than the Nuggets. So maybe the Lakers cash their chips on the Bucks game with everyone healthy except LeBron and Rui. And then the Nuggets game is a loss. So I think we're sitting at like 2-1.
Okay. I think I'll go. I had the same idea as you. I'm definitely splitting as well. I could see us playing the Bucks because I see Luka playing the first end of a back-to-back. And I think we've already beaten the Nuggets. Like, I'm not saying obviously the Nuggets win is the win all be all, but I could definitely see us winning on the road because that's a road game, right? The Bucks and Nuggets, right?
Yeah, both of them. Yeah.
Yeah. I got us winning Bucks. I got us losing to the Nuggets. I don't know how we beat the Nuggets without LeBron. Like, that's literally, and without Rui as well. Like, that's a huge ask, in my opinion. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I think. But do we think we're getting one of the Nuggets games? Matt thinks we're getting both because he's being negative.
Oh, we have 2 right here. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I did not see that. Dang.
I'm going to give us a win against the Nuggets. Sorry, guys. I'm going to give us 1.
Are you going to do the first one or the second one?
The second. I'm going to take March 19th. Rui's going to be back. The difference of Rui and no Rui is going to help. Huge. So I'm going to take the one where Rui's back. Nuggets aren't good versus good teams. I mean, yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah. If we have Rui, I'm agreeing with the chat and Chris.
So right now we're 3-1.
We're 3-1, but we went out of order against the Suns.
Yeah, we're at the Suns now.
Do I need to explain?
So 4-1. No, you don't. Look at the record.
So let's say Luka plays in that Suns game. We're good, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about that team. No offense.
LeBron, we're good, bro. Ben Simmons is here.
Yeah, we're good off of him. Spurs.
Spurs. I'm sorry, bro. No Wemby. No one is worried. I'm sorry.
I'm saying, hey, Fox look.
Great. Fox will keep it. Yeah, Fox. Okay, so Fox becomes MJ. It's possible there. I just think even if he's elite, I think we win the game. I think he just makes it closer than it should. So, like, weirdly, like, I know it sounds biased and we can't know for sure, but after that Nuggets game, Earl, we are sitting at what, 5-1? So
I swear we didn't go into this thinking like that, but now that we're breaking down the games, I just don't see us losing a lot of these, like even without LeBron, if that makes sense.
The thing is I also do think we have to give the Bucks one of the wins. So I'm going to change my answer because the other one's a home game.
Okay.
I'm going to change my answer and say we start 1-2 with a win against the next and then 2 losses. So we're 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 4-2, 5-2. after the second Bucks game. If you agree, we split with the Bucks.
Yep.
And then we beat the Bulls. I don't need to explain that one to you guys.
So 6-2.
So you guys see the problem here is like even with LeBron out and Rui out for the start of this, we're predicting 6-2 genuinely. Like you can't call us crazy. I'm not trying to be biased. It's just like the Lakers have won like almost every game recently. I don't think it's unfair to say 6-2 is a possibility. I think it's best case scenario. I agree with Chris. I agree with Allan. It's a success. Things can go wrong. You can lose a game you're not supposed to the Suns, the Spurs, the Bulls, the Nets. You don't know in the NBA.
Yeah.
Anyone can beat you. But when you look at it this way, assuming we can split with the Bucks and Nuggets in the 2 matchups against each, that's 6-2, guys. Like,
I agree. And like, I think the biggest point too, not to cut you off, Jake, a lot of this matters if Luka plays these games too. Like that's I think Luka, we've seen Luka be dominant on the Mavericks with no Kyrie, with like some of his starting level pieces out. That's the type of player he is. And not to mention, we also have Austin Reeves, which I think some people are forgetting about. I think he kind of heat up towards the end of that game. So I'm expecting like a big game versus the Nets, even though, I mean, it is the Nets. But yeah, I think Luka and Austin Reeves, first and second option hoops, is going to take us a long way. Obviously, we're not being delusional. It's just the matchups. Like the Nets, we can all agree. It's going to be hard for teams to sweep in a week. That goes for the Bucks and Nuggets. That's why we kind of split those regardless. Suns, they're pretty much a dumpster fire. The Spurs, they have no Wemby. Obviously, they have D Fox, but I still think we can survive. Who else is there? And then the Bulls. Sorry. No long-winded conversation about the Bulls, but the Bulls. Yeah. Even though Josh Giddey has been playing kind of crazy. I don't know if people have been peeping that. Hopefully we don't get that Josh Giddey magnet ball, which is crazy to say out loud in 2025.
Yeah, I think, you made some good points. It depends on Luka. It depends on the back-to-backs, like Nurk's saying. Like, this is 3 back-to-backs. Like, that could take a toll on you. For example, like...
Oh, I forgot about that.
If we beat the Suns on the first game of that back-to-back, you still have the Spurs on the second night. But this is one thing I'll say about the back-to-back guys. Like, we're not saying that they're going to go on the road and beat the Bucks and Nuggets. I said both of those are losses. The next, like the 2 games after the Nets at the top. But besides that, the other 2 back-to-backs are at home, which changes a lot if we're being honest. Like, if you're at home and you're on a back-to-back, yes, you have to play basketball back-to-back days. That's self-explanatory. But you don't have to go on a flight and land at 3 a.m. and be all fucked up and tired and then have to play the Bucks or the Nuggets the next day like you would in this first back-to-back. Like, you are staying at home to play these teams, including like I think like going home to your own house is so different when we talk about back-to-backs.
Yep.
You know, there was a Steve Kerr interview this year where he was complaining about like the Warriors schedule. And he was like, we arrived at 3 or 4 a.m. or whatever it was at the next place. He thought that messed them up the next day. I forgot if they won or not. But it's like, that's the problem with the NBA scheduling. Besides that, like being at home, like you're going to be okay. Bobby Portis is not going to be back for either Bucks game. It was a large suspension. It was like 25 games or something.
Oh, so you're right. I forgot about that.
We won't see Bobby Portis, and that is a factor. But I do still think the Bucks are decent. Like they can compete in any game, and Giannis is 3rd in MVP voting right now. Mal said he got suspended for PEDs. Yes, they said it was an accident. Isn't that funny? Every time an athlete gets suspended for PEDs, it always comes out that it was an accident. Like his assistant gave him the wrong pill bottle, and it's like, I don't know, man.
I'm not gonna lie, the names were so crazy similar. It was crazy though. This time, I'll say, but
fair, I guess
that does
you get a certain thing prescribed to you. Like, did the doctor mess up? I'm a little confused. I don't know.
Basically, they said he was prescribed to that before, but they actually had just recently banned that medicine, so he had a new medicine prescribed, like probably like a couple months after that. They said so. It is kind of crazy.
Yes,
But either way, it is kind
Nikola,
of
you
wild.
just made history. Jokic. Have we ever had an uglier? No offense, but we could talk about whatever here. Have we ever had an uglier like best player in the league? Like looks, like solely looks wise.
That's actually crazy.
I'm not trying to be an asshole, but like LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, I would say they were like better looking than not. No, I mean Jordan's pretty ugly right now. Larry Bird is iffy. Dude, I think he's better looking than Jokic. And also, I don't think Larry was the face of the league, bro. I think Magic was the face of the league. AD is not ugly, but he's the scary looking guy. AD wasn't the face of the league, though, or like the top player in the league. That's my thing. It's like,
Oh yeah. Also, randomly, just to add on, I did DM you that tier list. So whenever we get to it, it's in your DMs.
oh, I have to go to that.
No, not yet. I'm just saying whenever we get there.
I think we may as well do it now with no Allan.
We can.
Right? Let's
Yeah.
do it. So what do I do? It's in. What do you mean it's in DMs? I don't see it.
I DM'd it to you.
Oh, there it
Yep.
is. I get so many DMs. You guys have no idea for all the
Now
Lakers
full
fans in
screen
here
it.
how
Why
many
is it?
DMs I get in the on Twitter from people trying to talk to me about the Lakers. It's the craziest thing. Can you see this, Earl?
Yep. Looks clean. Yep.
Does it look blurry?
Mm-mm.
Guess who's coming back this week, guys?
The D-Lo tier.
Oh, why do I have an ad, bro? I don't need to see about the Audi.
No ad blockers in 2025. That's tough.
No one ever taught me, bro. All right, let's start right here. I don't know what this is supposed to be.
Oh, D-Lo.
Alex Len.
D-Lo
No, he's
tier.
not a deal. He's not because
Oh wait, he didn't play. So
yeah, and D'Lo's such
yeah,
a
I guess it's fair. He has to go injured or limited because he did not play at all.
yeah. And can you guys
That's
all
cool.
see this? I don't know if you guys can see this.
Chat, can y'all see the tier list? Bad. Okay, cool.
Omar, I'm down to come on anytime, by the way, Earl. Me and Kaden got an invitation to the Beyond the Backboard podcast from Omar.
Facts. Shout out to team captain Omar.
I'll come anytime. Shafino's up here? Is Shafino up here? Am I crazy?
Oh wait, is he? Oh, I do see this thing.
Shafino, I'll play 2K with you after this. Give me a sec.
Here, man.
What's up, Mal? You want to be a guest for
the tier list?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't mind, I'll help out.
Yeah, for sure.
Is there an echo?
Yeah, I do hear that. Somebody's watching the space. On X or something.
Is it me?
Is it me?
It's one of you guys. It's not me or Earl because it wasn't there before.
Probably me. I'll leave and come back. I'll be active in the chat though.
Well, we need your help with the tier list.
I don't hear it anymore though. You're good.
Yeah, is it good now? Good. All right,
Yeah,
we're good. All right, who's up? Mal, go pick someone.
Pick someone this week. Let's start off. Let's do. Mind you, these are hard, bro. So much pressure is on me, by the way. I want to start with Don Connect. I want to start with Connect.
Okay.
Real quick, you guys give me the earliest game, like the earliest game that would count.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go on my phone and type in like Dalton Connect stats and go look at the games that were like technically this week.
Yeah, it was definitely starting.
Like it's March 2nd this week. I think it is. Yeah.
No, it would be or
no, it is. It is March 2nd.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So there's 4 games this week, guys. Connect had 19 on 7 of 10 against the Clippers. Then he had 13 on 5 of 9 against the Pelicans, 11 on 4 of 8 against the Knicks, and 9 on 4 of 6.
Bro, he's
5 rebounds against the
for a rookie. I mean, for a rookie in this Laker position, I mean, those numbers and from what I've seen, I mean, he's been stepping up to the table.
You guys are all saying D in the chat.
I don't know if that's D though.
Guys, he's been playing good and like even
are we crazy?
Small, and this means a lot to me. It really does. As a Laker fan who's been on Connect about his defense, it's something I notice every single game when he's on the court. I promise you, and I'm not just saying this. I promise you, these past 2 games defensively, dude hasn't been great. but I'm seeing him make winning plays on the defensive side, and that is an anomaly to me. He's fighting on defensive possessions, and he's winning defensive possessions when it's truthfully, from what I've always seen, is him lose those. I don't get it twisted. In these past 2 games, yes, he got cooked. Yes, he was still getting fried. I'm
Defense,
sure he can find
defense.
multiple low lights, but I'm seeing a different level of effort. The numbers are looking good. He's been doing good, and I think he's nothing short of B, man. He's nothing short of B for this week. For Don't Connect and just
Is anyone in this chat good with B? Because I saw a lot of C and D.
Honestly, I think Mal made a good case. Like, I can't even argue that
throw him at the bottom.
defensively he wasn't bad. Like, I seen plays where he stripped the ball. I think that was versus the Celtics. If I'm not mistaken. He's gone back on defense. Who was it? What game was it? He ran like a. Hold on, let me look at the schedule. Maybe it was versus the Knicks. I think he had a big sell.
I think he's been good, guys. I really do.
I think
we gotta give credit. Like, you guys are being negative because he's been so bad.
Facts.
But like, we're only talking about this week too.
Facts.
And not compared to like, what's up, Mel?
Nah, yeah, I'm just adding on to this. This is only this week, and this is all like relative to the expectation of him as a player. I mean, he's been doing good.
Mm-hmm.
He's been stepping
Guys, let's put him at the bottom of B. Let's be positive.
Let's do it.
I like that too. And honestly, high C, I'm not mad at a high C.
See what you did there. Be positive.
B to C plus relative to what he normally plays. Yeah. All right. We'll go low B. Earl, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna take. Give me Mr. Give me Crash Out 1.
This one?
Which one is Crash Out?
Give me Trey Jemison. For me,
chat.
Trey Jemison.
Trey Jemison, chat.
I'm gonna put him in D for Don't Try Me. Mr. Crash Out. How many technical fouls / shoves / punches in the shoulders he threw? I'm gonna go like D or C. Realistically, probably D, because if we're talking about impacting the game, I don't know how much he's impacted like Lakers basketball from like a statistical standpoint, if that makes sense.
Well, he doesn't have many stats. Like last night, he only played 6 minutes. He had 0, 0, and 0. I will say against the Knicks in 13 minutes, he did have 7 and 4 and only missed 1 shot.
Yeah, I mean, I think D's fair. Our middle of C? We got middle of C?
Middle of C. We got Jamison C, D. I'm going to go C because
I'm cool
of what he is. Because of what he is.
Okay.
C.
Fair.
I like it.
You're 12 and 1 with him.
That.
Yeah, I think that's a coincidence. But yeah, that is crazy. I'll go C. All right, I'm going to take Mr. Bronny James. South Bay Lakers. Not that hard.
That was a hard choice, man.
Not that hard. I don't remember him even in any of the games, bro. I think we're good.
I was about to ask who that dude is on the bottom row. I forgot we had him.
Who's this right here?
That's old buddy Kepler.
Hold on. You're telling me the Lakers have a two-way demon center off the bench for free?
Yes, and he's coming back this week.
I'm posting that later today, by the way. No one steal that. Maxi Kleber, you can go in injured tier. No surprise. Anyone else injured? Rui Hachimura, injured tier.
Cam Reddish?
Koloko, I think South Bay Lakers most of the week.
Yeah, he's been at South Bay.
Shake Milton,
he hasn't played.
Or limited minutes. Cam Reddish, injured or limited minutes. Sorry to spoil all those guys, but
yeah, that kind of helps clean that up.
Marquise Morris, I don't think he's played a minute. I do gotta put that there. Who else? Now I think everyone else is good.
All right, now we're straight. Yeah.
Mal, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking. I want to choose Reddick. I just want to look at these last few games we played here again. Looking here at Reddick, man. I feel like with these coaching ones, it's always hard. But Reddick, he's carrying over what he's been able to do in the past week. So with Reddick, there's nothing short of a high A or an S. He's still It's coaching. It's not like, oh, look at this good coaching moment he did this week from last week. It's coaching. So, I mean, it's hard for me to go moment to moment. But the ball is still rolling and the momentum is still there. Even losing to the Celtics, in my opinion.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with Redick. And I'm seeing a lot of A's. Guys, I don't know if we can not put him S because he won all the games. With he literally only lost to the Celtics, and did we see anything that it was like Redick's fault? Is it Redick's fault LeBron left the game with 6 minutes left? Like, is it Redick's fault that Rui and Jackson Hayes were ruled out for the game? Like, they didn't give this man a fucking center at the trade deadline, bro.
Yeah,
and to add to that too, Jake, just to solidify your point, he didn't fold. Like, we were down 20 going into the fourth quarter, and we went on like a 12-2 run.
We could have
got back in the game. LeBron brought it back to 5, and that's coaching, bro. We didn't have a usable big to throw at the Celtics, bro. We had Austin Reeves switched on Al Horford, and JJ's like, you know what? We're gonna have to live with that. We'll catch up in this game as long as we don't let the other guys score and focus on actually hitting our shots, which we didn't do at all in the third quarter. I can't blame JJ Redick for us having the worst offensive quarter we've had. I feel like pretty much the whole season in that third quarter. It was horrible. Like JJ said, like, you can make whatever game plan you want, but you can't teach effort. Like, and I think a lot of those guys, like, I know we had a lot of easy shots and stuff like that. Not saying it was a huge lack of effort, but it was way too many missed shots. I felt like the game plan was pretty decent though. So
Al Horford did.
I can see S, man.
Yesterday,
he did.
Agreement on S. Al
Horford
was good yesterday.
Where's Jalen Hood-Schifino?
He is. Can you add someone to this? I don't think you can add it. I mean, we could do a JHS tier.
Right above S.
I heard he's spending his money at the casino in Vegas.
Yo, Jake, can we put it above S tier?
Man.
Oh, he signed with the Sixers?
I don't think oh yeah, he is on the Sixers.
When did that happen?
Nobody knows. Nobody cares.
I was about to say, I don't even think Shannon's made a post about that. I don't think anybody made a post about that, buddy. That's crazy.
No, he is on the Sixers. No, Shams did make a post about it.
Oh, he did?
Hold on, let me get Aura Boy over here for Schifino. Never say I didn't do anything for you, bro.
He's not even on our team.
How do you add someone? Stephen
Choose
A.
file.
Why would we want to Stephen A here? Oh, they're making me screenshot the Jalen Hood-Schifino thing, bro.
Yeah, the Stephen A tier should be like when you get tried and you back down.
When you act tough online.
It's like the anti-Jameson tier.
I feel like the Stephen A tier is similar to the D-Lo tier. No?
Honestly.
All right, so I did it a little differently, but I'll let you have Jalen Hood-Schifino on the list.
Look at that. What a nice picture.
See, I'm a good friend. All right. Mal said AJ. We did S. Earl, it's you. Go.
Oh, it's me?
Yeah.
Give me that, man. Give me Mr. I want to say probably let's go Reeves. No? Then he played 2 games this week, right? He played 2. He played first game back, Knicks. Absolutely dog water. I'm sorry. He's not sniffing anything above a B for me. Like, just off of that Knicks game alone. Not gonna lie.
Who?
I'm starting with Austin Reeves here. But I want to look at his official last stats for last game real fast.
So many rows. Wait, why are there so many rows between South Bay
16-2
and Hood-Schifino?
I probably put Reeves at, oh man, I might have to put him at C, bro. C or bottom of B for me. I understand he was coming off an injury. I do, but his standards for me are so high now. I mean, it's Austin Reeves. He's third option.
People won't understand why we put Connect over Reeves, but it's 1 week relative to themselves, guys.
Like 16-2-3 versus
why are there so many columns?
Whoa, I don't know what you did, bro. You definitely did that because it wasn't like that a second ago. Yeah, let Unc control the share screen, chat.
Oh, Earl, you think it was an accident? Read the names.
No.
South Bay.
Oh, you're saying? Oh, I thought you didn't mean to do that. Okay, bet.
Jalen Hood-Schifino.
Wait, what's a dumb take? The Reeves one?
What's a dumb take? The Jalen Hood-Schifino take? I'm going to go LeBron.
Oh, Dalton. Okay.
LeBron, besides that injury. LeBron was a little off against the Celtics, I would say to some degree. I thought, but then against like the Knicks, he had 31, 12, and 8. Pelicans, 34, 8, and 6. Clippers, he was also very off. He had 17, 5, and 9. Bad shooting. I'm going to say LeBron. I don't know what you guys think, chat, but like I'm probably going to say A.
LeBron asked for this week. I'm going A. And you know why I'm going A? It's because LeBron James was our center last game, bro. 17 rebounds, bro. 17 rebounds. He was the only person crashing, bro. I watched Peyton Pritchard get rebounds. I watched Derek White get rebounds. I watched Tatum get rebounds. I watched Brown get rebounds. And we're talking about offensive rebounds too. Like guys just not crashing, not caring.
Hey, some of these on the same possession, by the way, man.
Yeah, and that's no disrespect, Nurk. I'm just saying, like, from our team perspective, nobody was crashing the glass, bro. And it was really frustrating.
Also, like for the chat,
shout out to Pritchard though, for sure.
For the chat, like the Dalton thing, I saw someone said that's a dumb take. Like Chris explained it well, but it's just relative to themselves, bro. Like it's Dalton compared to Dalton from other weeks, especially last week. It's not that Dalton's better than Austin at basketball. Like it's not about that. Listen, if we're gonna do that, you guys can see the problem with that, right? If we come here every week and do a tier list of how great they are in general and how important they are for the Lakers, sure, some things can move around, but there would barely be any movement. Like you would just say LeBron is S because he's S for the Lakers, or Luka is S for the Lakers, even if he hasn't played like it. JJ, it's like we don't want to do the same thing every week.
Exactly.
But yeah, who are we on, Earl? LeBron.
I think it's your turn, right? You said Bron.
I did LeBron.
Oh yeah, you did. So it's Mal.
Go ahead, Mal.
Oh man, Hayes. Speak Hayes.
I missed Hayes so much, bro. That sounds crazy, but I missed him, bro.
Hayes is going hot, but let me see the games we actually played.
Wait, so what do you have Hayes at?
You are my sunshine.
So what's this? Is it just these? Is it just that last Clipper game?
Which
it's Knicks, Clippers, and Pelicans will count too.
He's got to be, just with him being active on the defensive side, shuffling feet, trying to guard these guards and stuff. With these numbers, him having a really good.
Wait, why is JHS below domestic abuser?
Because even if you domestic abuse someone, you're still probably better at basketball.
Bro, I have to put him at B. Like B at minimum, A, lowest A if possible.
I'm putting him ahead of Dalton for sure. I'll tell you.
Yeah, I mean he had a 19-10 game, bro.
That's crazy.
He also not having Hayes versus the Celtics. Like I know Celtics fans thought we were crazy and delusional, but that made a world of a difference for us, bro. We had to drop Vando at center. We had to kind of play Braun as a power forward, as more so center in those type of lineups. And we didn't have any rebound. Like I know people like Hayes doesn't get boards. I get that, but it's just about having size to box out bigger guys. Like I think most of the people don't understand that. Like, yeah, he doesn't do that, but he does a good job of boxing out, keeping the other opponent's bigs off the glass. And we just did not have that. So I'm cool with B. That's all right with me. If he would have had a multiple 15 plus points in the week, I would have given him A, but B's cool.
Earl, go ahead. I put Alex Len in the Jalen Hood-Schifino tier because that makes a lot of sense if you think about it.
Honestly, I'm cool with that.
I think he's better at Jalen Hood-Schifinoing than JHS is.
Man, y'all want me to be honest? Let's go ahead and rip the band off DFS.
All right, go.
DFS, bro.
D for
I'm just trying to see. I'm just trying to see if I lied to myself. Yeah,
I think he was D this week. Chat's saying it too.
D. I might have just put D. He was playing like he was in South Bay. Worse than that. I'm going D, bro. I feel like his defense didn't really make up for the fact he was horrible on offense this week. He had a chance, like with Rui out, like okay, let me get my words right. Everyone tried to convince me that DFS and Rui's offense were so similar, but DFS was a better defender. That is not the case at all. I'm sorry, chat. Not even close. Rui Hachimura FC, way better offensive player. I'm sorry. Hands down, hands up, hands in my pocket like Darvin Ham. It's no comparison. I got him at D. And if you guys really thought that was a fact, then he would have took it. Rui, let's just put it like this. If Rui played these games, he would have had 15 minimum for the week on average, easily versus these different teams we played. No doubt in my mind. He couldn't even scratch 10 or more than 10, bro. That was his best game. He had 2 points in the game. All open shots. Can't you shoot? Just saying. Sorry. But yeah, D for me. Sorry for the long speech, but D.
No, you're good. I'm going to do Jordan Goodwin. And the problem is he was actually injured for Clippers, Pelicans, and Knicks, or he didn't play.
Oh, man, I forgot.
He only played against the Celtics. He did have 2 threes and 3 rebounds, 16 minutes, but he honestly looked pretty bad. Regardless, I'm just not going to give him like a bad tier for barely playing. That pass was fucking crazy, as you guys know. Nerd called it the Casper assist. If not an injured tier, he's in low D. I agree. I just think he only played 1 game out of 4, so we usually would just go injured. So
yeah, let's go injured, bro. That Pat, bro. When I tell you,
down by who's injured the most. So Kleber's injured the most, then Rui.
Jake, I just knew Austin Reeves about to hit a green, and then I just Goodwin jump across the court and throw it out of bounds. That's got to be the craziest play I've seen this year, at least.
Yeah, no, it was the craziest play. Mal, go ahead. We got 3 left, 1 for each.
Vando in a high C position. You guys kind of touched this earlier. He's been somewhat lackluster. I know he did have that one game. He did go 2 for 4 from 3, which is a really good sign. Good game. I'm happy he was able to hit some shots. But yeah, I think he deserves to be in that C spot. Just looking in.
I think he's lower than Reeves. Chris said that too. I think I agree.
Yeah,
one spot lower than Reeves for sure.
Because Reeves was hitting some clutch shots last game to kind of bring us back into that game too, the Celtics game.
But hey,
no, Reeves hit a clutch shot in the Knicks game too, and he only played.
Oh, true. You're right.
He only played 2 out of the 4.
Vando gave us 2 for 4 from 3 one night, bro. That's a lecture. That's a miracle, man.
True.
He did.
Who's left?
Earl, it's Luka and Gabe Vincent.
Whose turn is it?
It's yours.
Oh, I'm gonna throw the lob to the MVP of this whole network. So I'm taking Gabe Vincent.
Damn.
And Jay can close with Luka for us.
That's the lob. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Gabriel. Gabe. Wait, no. You know what? Gabe Heroics. What game was that? The Knicks Heroics alone. Yeah. Alone is B minimum. But I gotta go check out what other games were.
So the Celtics game was pretty bad. He only took 4 shots, but he had 2 points in 19 minutes. The Knicks game, he was great. The Clippers game, he was 3 of 10, but had a lot of stats. He started. And then the Pelicans game, he had 2 points, 1 of 7. So he essentially had a pretty bad week. It depends how heavy you rate that one.
I'm going bottom of B. If we're talking about weak performances, and we did put a big emphasis on guys having big games and helping us contribute those to wins. That Knicks game was huge for us. Overtime, Gabe Vincent hit 3 threes in a row. 3 for us in a row and brought us back. And off of being on one of his coldest shooting spells we've seen in the season. So for that alone, I think I'm going bottom of B or top of C. Chat can choose for me.
I'm going to say top of C also. I think Chad agrees. because why? I just don't think he deserves to be on the same tier as Jackson Hayes or Dalton relative to themselves this
True.
week. And my other thing is like I can't really go top of C either because I'm not gonna lie. Just checking the stats right now. Like, did he really why? I think like I would probably put him below Vando. I don't think that's that crazy.
I don't think it's that crazy, but at the same time, the difficulty of that game, I rated a little bit higher personally, though.
Above Vando, below Reeves. If Chad's
Yeah,
cool with that, we could do
just because, bro, like it's just the fact that he hit them consecutively. Like
Reeves was injured 2 games too, so we can't see a full 4-game sample of Reeves. So I think that's fair if you guys are good with that.
Yeah.
Last but definitely not least in terms of weight, because he's one of the higher ones. I'm gonna say, bro, it's so hard with Luka because y'all have seen it. Like he'll put up 34 and it's kind of a bad game. And his last 3 games, he's over 30 every time. He had 15 assists, 12 assists, and 3 assists. He had 8, 7, and 8 rebounds. The shooting splits are not great, but he's still about 50% in this last week. He's about 50% field goal in the last week. He takes a lot of shots. He hit timely shots. He won us the Knicks game. He didn't. I don't know exactly how much he helped with the Celtics game. Obviously, had a lot of points. I think, it was probably his most consistent week. I think he can be a lot better. There's no shot in my mind he's not S tier. I also think he was worse than LeBron in terms of what you would expect from him. I'm gonna go below LeBron if you guys are cool with that.
I agree.
Great breakdown, and I agree too.
Bro, I'll just say, just real quick add-on. We all have seen, we've all watched a lot of games. We know what he can do, and we all know that this is just not the best version. You see the Spurs, the numbers look good sometimes, but when we sit here and we watch these games, we know this is not the most complete of him at all. We haven't seen a complete Luka game, in my opinion. Not even close. And I don't think he's there yet.
Oh yeah, can you message that to Allan too, by the way?
Yeah, I'm gonna download it. It's saying I gotta download it. Give me 1 sec. So guys, that's the tier list for the week.
Yeah, but to transition to our last topic, we always do before we end our podcast for the week. We are going to go into our hot take segments. So going into our game versus the Brooklyn Nets or any games throughout this week till we see you again on Sunday. Do you guys have any particular hot takes for games, score predictions, anything like that? I can go first if y'all want to.
Yeah, you could go first. Go first.
All right. I have a very hot take. I know we talked about this earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and reverse what I said because positivity Earl needs to take over again. My hot take is that we go on a 3-game winning streak and we win versus the Nets, the Bucks, and the Nuggets. That's my super hot take. I don't know. I don't have any particular reason other than the fact that Nets, we just shouldn't lose that game. And now for the back-to-back, this is my stipulation. Assuming that Luka plays, I know Bron's not here, so maybe it's more likely that he does play off a back-to-back. I don't know what his health condition is as far as his back and stuff like that, or how he's going to feel after these next couple games. But assuming he does play in all 3 of those games, I have us winning all 3 of them. And that's my hot take for the week.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good hot take. I'm not sure what will happen. My hot take is Lakers fans will like this. I don't know the record. I'm going to stay away from that.
Mm-hmm.
I got Luka. Okay. I got Luka having a 60-point game this week.
Yes.
I don't know which game. 60. I'm sorry, man. This is first option Luka hoops. We're talking 40 shots. I'm talking about 40 shot attempts, y'all. Austin Reeves, maybe he starts the game aggressive. He's having a bad night. They're like, okay, it's just Luka. on offense, right? I got Luka having a 60-point game this week.
I'll just say my hot take is kind of leaning with Jake. Like number one option, Luka. This is about to be a sight to see. My initial hot take was 50 points. It's either 50 plus points or some type of a story game statistically wise. Like whether that's he drops a 20, 20, and 20 type game here in the stretch. I think he's going to give us a historical type game or either a high scoring out punch. And I wasn't even saying 50. I mean 60. I was thinking more 50. I think 50 is a lot more realistic as well. 60,
Yeah.
60 would
Yeah,
be
it is. It
very on
is.
top, but 50,
Why not? Why don't we just go to 70? No, it's fine. Let me chill. Let me chill. Let me chill.
Dude, he's
Let me
done
chill.
it. He's done like
I'm
literally him and what book or the
funny enough.
done it.
I actually believe, if I'm not mistaken, hold on. What team did he score that 70 against?
Oh,
It was
appreciate
Hawks.
you, Chris. I'll read
Hawks, right?
Yep.
Yeah, Hawks.
Daniel was actually at that game, by the way. If you guys follow the network, Daniel is always in chat. But he was at that game. He was also at that game where Curry went crazy too the night before, which was crazy. So yeah. Shout out to my boy. But yeah, that's probably going to wrap up our show for today. We appreciate everyone for stopping by and supporting the Quest for 18 podcast. Shout out to Allan. Shout out to Mile as well for hopping up in here. Shout out to Jake as well. And we really appreciate y'all for coming here and watching the show with us. We got 30 plus people in here today. Great number for the podcast, and we'll continue to grow over time. But any final words, Jake? Mile?
Appreciate you guys all. Alex, Nurk, Chris, Shafino, Mal, everyone who made it great. Earl, thank you. I know there's not as much to talk about this week, but we've done plenty of shows for over 2 hours too. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. Even this summer, we'll figure it out. We'll have great shows for you guys. More to the story. Also appreciate you, Brendan.
Nurk as well.
I said Nurk already.
My fault.
Playoff DeForian is in here. Tony was in here at some point. Southern Charm. Appreciate all you guys, man. Fun network, fun time. We'll see you guys. Stop love bombing me.
That's a crazy phrase.
We'll see you guys for the Laker game tomorrow against the Nets, and other people will be doing more content on this stage. Everyone, as always, go check out Playoff Boston, Playoff OKC, Thunder Focus, it's called, Playoff Memphis, Playoff Kingdom, Playoff ORL, Playoff Dodgers. Shout out to the network, man. We appreciate you guys. We'll see you next time. Thank you, Allan and Earl, for another good week. Talk to y'all later. Peace, man.